all time. You have for a Super Bowl, it's 1st and 10, you're at the 1-yard line going 99. Do you bet on yourself or do you put the ball in someone else's hands?
Of course, I'm going to take the ball.
What is it about people like you? I mean, there's a small select class that are able to get it done under the pressure. I mean, there's this common question that reporters ask, what about pressure? Okay, forget about the pressure, but what is it about the pressure that people can withstand or others just fold into?
Well, if you're playing away, you're in a hostile environment. It's loud. You can't communicate. You got a play clock that it's already tough and pressure packed because you know you got to score. You got to just say you got 80 yards to go, no timeouts. You got a minute and 30. You have to score a touchdown. And regardless if it's home or away, but at home at least you can communicate. Away, it's loud. You're going to be late getting off the snap. Defenses have the advantage. You know you have to score. You have to move the ball down the field, and every play counts. And you're always up against the clock, the play clock, and the game clock. So the pressure to perform anyway at the pro level is at an enormous capacity. But when you have to do it at the end of the game, and you're not always going to do it. You win some, you lose some. I'm a perfect example of that. But I think for the quarterback in that situation, you feel the pressure, but you, in a weird sort of way, you relish the opportunity to, at least I did, because I always looked at it like as the worst that can happen is that we don't succeed, but I'm going to go down swinging. And I think that's the mentality you have to have. You got to take your shots, man.
Your game where you went bananas is coming up in a few weeks. We'll save that for then. But I just want to talk about being in a zone. I've been in a zone twice in my whole life in the sporting events where everything just slowed down. Saw exactly I saw things on a different scale. Everyone was going half speed and I was able to just pinpoint things. It was the weirdest thing. It's only happened to me twice. Does that happen to you when you have those moments where greatness?
Yeah, definitely. In football, I think you have to look at it this way. There's so many factors that go into you individually having success versus other sports. Now, I'm not saying other sports are not similar, but you think about it. You can be on top of your game as a quarterback. I could go in as prepared as I've ever been, physically and mentally. I know exactly what they're going to do, but all of a sudden your line falters and you can't get a pass off. So the fan would never know you're on top of your game because your line was not at the top of their game, or the line's protected, right? You're ready to go. You feel as confident as you've ever, and the receiver just couldn't catch the ball. So, yes, I have been in those games where it seemed like every decision I made was the right decision. It was on time. The throws were accurate. Guys were catching it. We were blocking well. And those are a little piece of heaven because most of the time it's hit or miss. You have a quarter and a half run where you feel like you're on top of the world. Then you have a drive that goes 3 and out, or you throw a pick, or you get tipped, or you get a strip sack, and they recover the fumble. But again, football, there's so many factors that go into you being dynamite on any particular Sunday. And only part of that is what you can control. It's the other things that play a huge factor in having a statistically unbelievable game or not.